I own that. Almost messes up on our first one. Like, oh, they cussed in the first second.
Oh, damn, I did. Oh.
Damn, you're good. You're safe with damn. Because, like, dams, flow, river. Like, if you guys are in California right now, I hope that the sewage system and everything is working fine. Dams and things like that, because it is for out here it's raining hard. This is weak stuff rain for the Midwest and for the East Coast. You know what I wanted to say?
Yeah, I think we messed it up already, but it is what it is. We'll find out.
What's the thing? We're never going to get demonetized anyway, and we're never going to get monetized anyway. So
that's true anyway. So we don't really have much to lose here anyway, which is fine. I
decided to throw the retro on. I don't know if you recognize.
Oh yeah, I see. Your boys don't play till next week though.
Yeah. But this ain't a Chiefs hat.
Is that the Reds?
Let me see if you can tell.
I don't say Barack Obama. Do it?
Hell no.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Slap around with that. Buck O'Neil.
Buck O'Neil.
Yeah. Negro League.
That's an old ass hat.
Mm-hmm. This is a Negro Leagues hat.
Oh, okay. All right. So
you pull that one out. Kansas City Monarchs.
You pull that shit out the cut. I never would have guessed that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're going deep with this. Let me get the rock fin up and going. 2. Rock fin is on. I see Jira is in the building, sitting at the front of the class. That's always good. I see Yipper saying hand pinky waving. Hi. But they give it a few minutes for people to follow in. We are supposed to have a special guest. We will see. I was a little slack at getting the message out to her, but we will see if she can still make it or not. I left it up to her. So I sent her the message. I sent her the link, so she could make it. Cool. If not, that's my bad. And since I didn't put her in the title, I'll just leave it as a surprise if you guys see. Is that lint? No, that's not lint. Never mind. That's my gray sticking out. Normally you can't see it from this far away, but yeah, I can see it a little bit more today. And I see Idango Itanwaibi is in the chat. That's always good. Good to see you. I see we got 4 watching on the Rockfin side so far. So hello and welcome to everyone over there. I guess we're going ahead and I wanted to say this also on camera before we got things started. I'll give time for people to get in. I had a very, very, very fun and enlightening conversation earlier today, and I apologize for my voice is a little bit off. I got a little bit of a cold, so I'll be a little bit more nasalier than normal. But that said, I'm still keep sipping down this hot coffee as much as possible. Hopefully, it'll keep me nice and fluid. But I had a good conversation with Lucky Burrito and Steve Cutler, and it was good. We talked about all kind of different things. And so definitely look out for that in the future. We're definitely probably going to have some kind of crossover collaboration. For those who follow us on Twitter, I put a tweet out there. It really hasn't gotten any engagement. Hopefully you guys are, who are in there, who follow us, will go and check it out and respond to it. In fact, I think I'm gonna pull the tweet up because
Marcus.
Yes.
Yo, Streets, what's up, man?
What Streets talking about?
You gotta read that one. That was good.
Shut the hell up. I know. Actually, I've been kind of starting to go back down, but it's when I quit smoking. I don't know, especially if they see some of these older videos. I don't advise looking at an older video and a new video right back to back. It will look like I ate myself.
Funny.
But yeah, I haven't been this way since after my knee surgery. Quit smoking and I've just been gaining nonstop since. So try to get that under control. The tweet has some engagement now. Yes, Jerry, it does, but I want actual engagement, as in I want people to respond to the tweet, and I literally asked it as a question. So let me put it on the screen. Oh, let's see. So this way, and please, if you guys see it, tweet it out there also. I said I enjoyed doing collaborations, and this is after I just went on to Warren's show. Please check out that interview I just did over there on Extra Bullet, and shout out to him. Says, I enjoy doing collaborations with other channels and would like to do more appearances. Any suggestions for me? Also, which content creators would you like to see do? Would you like to? Well, that's bad. I guess I screwed up that one. Like to see me do a collaboration with, basically. What topics should they discuss? So I'm basically asking for myself, anybody from me, and also which content creators would you like to see do collaborations? What topics should they discuss? At them below. Hopefully we can bring some channels together. So this is an attempt to try to see more shows get together, start seeing more interviews with more different people, and people break out of staying in this little, I don't know what to call it, these little cliques or tribes, whatever. A lot of you guys are talking about and have the same goals and interests. Interview more. I get, for us, the political matrix, we're kind of in a different lane than others. So I understand where some people might feel like we might not cross over as much with them, but there has to be a lane for us somewhere where there are people you like to see us chit chat and talk with. So yes, put it in the tweet. Let us know. Let's see. I see Extra Bullet out there. I see Travius out there also. I have hit you up. Yes, I will get with you, Travius. Definitely. That will be a collaboration that will happen. But let's drop that down. And we got some friends in the chat. We got enough people going, so we can go ahead and get this intro going and get the show kicked off. We got 6 over on Rockfin. Make sure to say hello as you guys come in. We'd like to know that you're there, who's there with us. I know some people do hate watch the show, but if you're friendly and you like us, just say hi to us. At least I followed you back, I believe. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me get the intro going.
Ready?
I didn't even introduce my boy. What's up, Chris? How are we doing? How was your week, man?
Oh shit, man! Damn, I'm already messing up back to back. A weekend good, lines. Most of the day today, mess with these young kids on this basketball shit. I like to think I know a little bit about it, but it's cool being out there. We won one and lost one today, so it's
double header.
Yeah, but they look good though. They look better, so that was good.
Make sure to keep them on those 2-hand bounce passes.
You gotta show them everything, because really, being on these court with these kids, you can really tell where the Curry influence, shall we say, has really taken over, and it's to the point where coaches are okay with it as well. Whereas before, coaches would have been like, "What the f you doing shooting from here when you got an open layup, you know. So even the coaches have adapted too. It is what it is. But you know, it's fun to watch as well because you know some of these kids are little as hell and they be chucking up these threes and it's not anything hit me. You just gotta laugh, you know. Other than that, work, same old shit, you know, doing what we do. And that's about it, man. You know, just trying to watch the prices of everything go up and try to keep up with some of the things that happen because a lot of bullshit happens. And sometimes God of War is just there.
Definitely. Oh man. Let's see, I gotta drink this coffee a little faster. All right, so let's get it going.
You were here because you have to really get down to understanding this political matrix.
Out there, the stunt double. He walked out. He's got an oximeter on his back. I'm like, you got to keep other. You know, Marcus said on his other show. You know, he was like, you know, American politics is simply pro wrestling.
He became afraid of everyone because people were reporting on each other.
We're living out Minority Report too as well. You know what? You know why we know that, boss? Because we've been reporting on it. Yeah, I know.
All the black people in this country be willing to take a reservation.
That's what the Nation of Islam was asking for.
Put a couple of clips.
It's crazy to see how much Martin Luther King really began to look like, damn, man, Malcolm was fucking right.
I mean, what is the elite's end game?
There's this assumption that as a black commentator or black journalist that you're not informed.
Relationships, that's a skill we have to learn.
It's even more kind of mind-blowing because we're supposed to be the multicultural space.
Trying to drum up money to keep the war machine going so they can keep the donors happy.
Yeah. Do the Chinese own part of that?
Began a long time ago. Ukraine has had a neo-Nazi problem for decades.
Proof of sanction, am I right?
I don't know if Dongcopters will do it, but something's got to be able to save the world.
From the private industry here.
You know, like I say, people come on here, they can say stuff they don't normally say on their own shows, which is fine.
Oh, it's McDonald's. Whoop-de-doo.
Ooh.
And their cholesterol is going to go down. Yeah, good.
Look, we only exist because we have the biggest military, kid.
And silencing a person like Julian Assange. Because it affects everybody. And today, last week, believe you me, because they know who you are. They watch. They got people that's going out there. They don't want you guys having the conversations that you're having on this show. Mm-hmm. So it affects the political matrix today.
Hello, everybody. Yes, glad to see y'all. Let's get this party started. I mean, tonight we got some interesting topics. We do got a lot that I got some stuff sitting on the side that I wanted to kind of go through, maybe do like maybe a minute, 2-minute run through of a couple of interesting stories that I ran across. See, Tammy says, good evening, all. Learned about Marcus and the political matrix from Savvy. Yes, shout out to Savvy Sabs. And always appreciate her for having me on. And hopefully we'll be able to do a political matrix collab, have Chris come on over also. But definitely fun. I don't know. We might be able to get Savvy back for, was it Black History Month like we did last year. That'd be cool to do again. No, I don't know. It's right around the corner, so I should probably start reaching out to people, right?
Marcus, let me ask. Streets put up Martin Luther King birthday. Are you working on that day?
I'm actually off that day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I work. And you know, now that I think about it, I haven't ever had a job where I was off that day. If I was off that day, I took it off. Maybe because you know I had something to do. But other than that, everywhere I've ever worked, the doors is open.
We get we're fortunate to have it off, and I'm trying to figure. I normally would probably schedule to be on somebody's platform, but I don't know how well I'll feel by Monday. So I am just playing it by ear. Tammy says working on MLK Day. Yeah, it's messed up that we can't at least have this one day off. I mean, seriously, you only get one day off for a civil rights leader. I mean, and half the people got to work on it. It's kind of messed up, but that's
just one
messed
of
up.
those, symbolic things that they did that made us at the time feel like, you know, it was a little shouting.
Well, we couldn't even get that entirely because people fought against it. I mean, people like John McCain fought against it all the way up until like the early 2000s.
Joe Biden would have fought against it if he
if he knew what was going on.
If he didn't, well, that too.
I remember I was talking to somebody. We were talking about like Joe Biden's nightmare scenario. Like you bring him around a corner. I think it was you, Chris. We were talking off camera, and you show him either stairs or a bicycle. His daunting foes.
Yeah, he don't want to mess with none of those things. He got to stay away. He better run the other way like in Fridays.
Yes. And I see Mary is here. Hello, Mary. Always good to see you. Our good friend on Rockfin's side, Hemp Car, is here. He says, hello, chat. Sai, I just sent Marcus an email of an interesting leaflet I got in D.C. It's about the Matrix and lots of Bible verses. I wonder if that's from, I got a feeling he probably got it from, if it's the Matrix. It probably is. Let me know, Hemp Car. Is it IUIC or Sakari? That's what I'm guessing, Sakari. But yes, let me know, sir, or else I could be wrong in my assumptions. But I definitely wanted to get into these topics. I want to talk about the Biden files. Why is how is what's going on with Biden any different than Trump? That's one definitely want to get into. Automation. There's been a couple of different shows I know around that have talked about it just a little bit, and I just want to kind of go more into it because we've talked about this a while back, but a lot of times when people don't see the application of these things happening, they kind of don't think that they have to worry about them. So we do want to get in and discuss that. We want to talk about Davos a little bit because we do have Davos right around the corner. And then I put and more because we never know what else we'll get to. So that said, I see our good brother, comrade, friend, and colleague, Mr. John Kemper is out there. Welcome, sir. Anything you wanted to get into, sir, before we get going?
Nothing off the top of my head. No, not right now. Just more or less, just ready to jump in what we ready to just jump into what we have listed. You know what I'm saying? Automation is always, that's always with us. That's what you have to be looking at,
And I see Michael White is in the chat also. Welcome, Michael. Okay. So I said I had a couple of news stories. I'll get these out of the way. I'll brush through these quickly. Only take a couple of minutes. There's only one of them that I actually want to go in and actually read. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Congratulations to Mr. Ye, or as some know as Kanye. Apparently he has gotten married in his time of way. So just wanted to shout that out in case you didn't know. Oh yeah, that's right. And happy and sad news. I guess we'll say condolences to the to Lisa Marie Presley and the well, not to her, but to the family of Lisa Marie Presley. She has passed away at the age of 54.
Did ever she had 2 heart issues?
She did have heart issues before what most people are. Well, I won't say most people, what some people are thinking out there in the chat. She did have problems with weight issues. So she was going up and down with, I believe, anorexia, either anorexia or bulimia. And also heart attacks run in the family. I didn't realize that Elvis Presley was as young as he was, probably because he just looked so bad at the end. But apparently, he was 42 years old when he had a heart attack and passed away. And I think I read something that said that her grandmother, I think grandmother on her mom's side, died at like 60, and then another family member died at like 50 something. I mean, so they don't really make it long. It looks like within her family line. So it looks like that there has been a history of heart issues. So just wanted to put that out there. Shelly, I went through some of that in a tweet. Day she died. Yeah, that information was going around a lot because a lot of people start, of course, tweeting out the passed away. I'm trying to figure a way to be careful with some of this stuff with the censors, but that documentary that came out on Netflix that was talking about blood clots. Though we can have some people who might go from certain things like that, it doesn't always mean that that's what the issue is. There are still people who have cancer and who have heart problems and strokes, and all those things are still going to be happening. Just like during a certain time period, there were people who were not having that; they were having the flu or colds or allergies, and so all those things have to be factored in. Yes, that is correct, Shelley. She had some drug problems too. So, you know, it's always sad when somebody has, somebody dies suddenly. I'm trying my best to not, get us nicked up with that because of the strike that we got talking about it, the documentary. But yes, sir.
And even as now they're putting out stories in their major publications saying like, hey, yeah, there is an issue here with this thing, right? There's it could, but you know what, don't worry about it because it only affects a certain age group, 65 and up. It only affects them. And there's only a chance of it affecting that group. So this is, everything that we said regarding this product. You know what I'm saying? It was, first of all, it was pushed too fast, and the way they did it was right. And now we see some of the things that people like far smarter than us predicted. You know what I'm saying?
And while we were talking about that, that reminded me of something else that was going on out there. Yes, I did hear about that street. We'll bring that up in a second. But this also was some sad news that I ran across. Let me put it on the screen. 18-year-old dies after suffering cardiac arrest in bathroom after gym class. And vigil to be held for Las Vegas teen who died after medical emergency during flag football. So these were just two different cases that happened in Las Vegas last week. So just wanted to put that out there, and condolences definitely to their families. We've been seeing a little bit more and more of this kind of amping up, and according to medical reports, they've said that this is a normal heart attack for an 18-year-old. I'm like, okay. I mean, here, let's see. Let me click on that story.
Yeah, because that one is saying experiencing ongoing heart problems. So let's see when the ongoing heart problems started. Let's see.
Well, it's not going to say, of course, but the father told Fox 5 that Hughes was experiencing ongoing heart problems, and the family was consulting with the cardiologist. A doctor had Hughes to play sports, he said, but given the ongoing issues, they were planning on pulling her from sports to evaluate her condition. Todd Thompson, head coach of the flag football team at Desert Oasis, informed Fox 5 that a vigil will be held for Hughes at 7 p.m. Wednesday. The vigil is set to be held on the football field at Desert Oasis, 6600 West Erie Avenue. Yeah, and a lot of these reports has been, the information has been kind of scarce.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's only but so many things you can say that's not in violation of people's privacy, right? So, that part will be understandable that we don't have everyone's full medical markup in their record and shit like that. However, but we can just take a look at it, just compile the information we do have. Look at the numbers that the states have put up. So we can make a fairly educated guess as to people's status, depending on where they live, for the most part, I would say.
M. Card says over here, he says, I heard Presley defended MJ. Yes, she did. I know Corey Feldman said it wasn't Jackson. Messing with kids in Hollywood recalls his redacted lyrics, and they don't care about us. Remind me of Irving and Kanye. NPR used the word sudden death when covering her death. Yeah, I mean, different outlets and publications are able to talk about things a little bit differently. I noticed that we tend to get a little bit more scrutiny in the things that we say, and especially with the fact that YouTube is going back now, checking people's content from last year and looking to where they can apply strikes. I'll be careful. Oh, I didn't realize that one was up. But let me drop that down. I can't read that one out loud, Mr. Street. But I just told people in regards to this that with some of the research which I studied even just growing up and understanding how long of a time process before a lot of this clinical trials, I just felt uncomfortable with it. That's what I'll say. Yes, sir.
Marcus, check your DM on Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say which one. I got like.
I know there's like 1,000 accounts we all have. It gets annoying sometimes, right?
Yes, to try to keep up with everything. Oh, yeah. Oh, want me to play that one?
Yeah.
What is that an actual real commercial? That can't be a real commercial, is it? Y'all see what I'm talking about. This can't be a real commercial. I'm like, oh boy, what do we got here? So
you gotta play this one.
So let's see what we got here.
Are you or a loved one suffering from a medical coincidence? You want proper medical care, but you don't want people sniffing around asking a whole bunch of questions about what might be causing your problem. At the Kaufman Institute for Coincidence, we won't look into the cause of your heart or other problem. We'll just fix it. That's right. We promise to only look at your symptoms. We won't get all curious looking for causes, because that could get your employer or your doctor into some legal hot water. And nobody wants that. At Kaufman, we understand that coincidence is now the leading cause of death.
Hey, we've got another coincidence over here.
If we want to operate at the speed of science, there's no time for looking for causes. No pesky questions about drugs or vaccines you may have been given. At Kaufman, we specialize in the effects and leave the causes to the conspiracy theorists. And let's be honest, we know the cause anyway. It was a coincidence, right? For each new patient, Kaufman's talented team of doctors strap on their blinders and look directly at the problem area, usually the heart, just like the CDC recommends. Our main campus now treats myocarditis, blood clots, heart arrhythmia, stroke, heart attack, magnetic skin, difficulty breathing, full body blisters and burning, convulsions, kidney failure, memory loss, cancer, sudden death, and much, much more. Give your coincidence the attention it deserves, but not the wrong kind of attention. At Kaufman, schedule your appointment today at kaufmancoincidence.com and receive a doctor's note with a real sciencey sounding explanation to provide to your anti-vax friends, proving to them it was definitely not the vaccine that caused your coincidence. Kaufman, because coincidences happen, pretty much all the time.
Wow.
Official medical coincidence partner of the NFL.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Where do you find this stuff, sir? Where do you find this stuff indeed? Yep.
No.
What the heck is this? It's weird. They didn't want to let me minimize this thing. Okay, there we go. And I have one other one that I sent you that I wanted to show. While we're on that topic, I just wanted to show this one here real quick for everybody. Oh man, you're not gonna let me make it bigger? There we go. Oh shoot. Dang it. Let me do that again. So I'm gonna put this one up also. Since you just shared that one, might as well show this other one too. Might as well, right, everybody?
CBS Health Watch, sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This Week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
Now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press data download brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer. On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Bill Gates' advice on how to combat mistrust in science at 60minutesovertime.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You really need to get vaccinated.
You know, COVID vaccines are now available for children 5 years and older. And the more people who get them, the better we're going to be able to help stop the spread of COVID.
And I would put the disclaimer, we are not saying that we are medical professionals. I was just putting that up for satirical, comedic reasons, not indicating anything at all by the clip. And note that certain videos are shown out of context. So that's
that one with Dominique Wilkins. He just kept talking too. He was just like
he had no clue that it was going on. No clue.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew, that was scary.
It's the food date right before they, started performing whatever it is they were doing that caused it. You know what I mean? Gotta watch what you eat.
Well, and that's something, a conversation I was having before I got on. I was talking to Lucky Burrito, and they were talking about how they have, for the most part, have taken on maybe a vegan diet. And so they eat fish occasionally, but for the most part, trying to work on health. And there's one thing that we all can do, don't have health care, don't have this, and struggling between, in between getting proper care. We can at least try to do a little bit better on our own, taking care of ourselves, meet halfway by just being a little healthier in what we put in our body and what we consume. And if you're feeling like something is wrong, go to the hospital. Especially I know in the Black male community, a lot of us don't like going to the hospital and avoid it to the last minute. And many times if we just get to the hospital a little sooner, I had an uncle who, if he would have got to the hospital sooner, he wouldn't have died of his colon cancer.
Correct. But at the same time, like for me, it's just like get a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Find one you're comfortable with and go see that dude, once, twice a year. Make sure everything's straight.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're going ahead and get talking about your homeboy first. I mean, why not? You know.
Who's my homeboy? Which one?
Well, you know, you hang out and go fishing with both of them, but we're talking about talking about Joseph Robinette Biden.
Oh,
for those who do not know, Chris, would you like to inform them what's been going on with Mr. Biden?
well, it seems Daddy Dementia over here seems to just be leaving files all over the place. Much, you know what? Interesting. The way he leaving his these classified files around is the way that his son leaves his laptops and fucking iPhones laying around. So this shit really does run in the family. I guess we should feel sorry for Hunter. But, you know, again, for us, do I care that these documents have been left around? No, they're at his house possession, whatever. I just want to hear the same. I just want that same energy from the people who were crying about Trump after the Mar-a-Lago raid, right? That's where they'll make the distinction, though. They'll say, you know, the Biden team is working with investigators. It wasn't a raid like Mar-a-Lago. You know what I mean? Either or, you got documents and they left all over the place.
Now, we will give them that there wasn't quite the same amount. Because it said, like, Trump took tons and tons of them. I mean, who knows how much. But, I mean, just the irony is funny, that the fact of one thing that they're going after one president for, the other president has the same issue with it. I mean, it's like you can't even write this stuff.
Yeah, it would be too obvious if you wrote it. Like, yo, that would be corny. Like, you know, the crowd expects this. Let's not insult them, right? Let's insult them and let's continue to insult them.
Hey,
now, look,
Yipper, I say stop that dirty lie. Biden's files were locked up in his Corvette with the windows down, okay? But the doors were locked.
I imagine him driving in his Corvette with the top down, forgetting the files in the back seat, and all the papers just flying all over the place.
I mean, I agree with this, what Mary is saying here. And I heard somebody else say this, that they think that the Dems are done with Biden, and that could be why this information is coming out. One thing which Jared says, this is the establishment gently guiding Joe out the door. I think there might be validity to this. And you know what? I just thought about it, Chris. If it does happen and he ends up, you know, stepping down anytime soon, then my prediction from 2 years ago would be correct.
That Kamala will be president before.
I said Biden. I said more than likely they're going to go and get Biden through the primaries. They get Biden through the primaries. After the primaries, that'll be 2 years. That way, Kamala could go in. She would have 2 years, and that would make her more of a viable candidate because she's in office already. And it'll make it more likely for her to win election. And the fact that it's less than 2 years, it won't count towards a term for her. So technically, she could serve that 2 years or, you know, year and whatever it turns out to be, and then still be eligible to serve 2 terms. So that would be, you know, 10 years that she could serve in office.
That's you know, but I need some water on that. I'll be right back. You keep on that.
I mean, I told you this was possible. This is what I predicted that could happen. Now, will I be correct? I don't know. We'll see. But this is something that we, you know, I'll say that I've said here 2 years ago now, in 2021. Let's see. Somebody takes him off the front seat while he's in line to Dairy Queen. I mean, they could easily step him away because I don't think he's really cognizant of what's actually going on. He burned those terror files for. Oh, you better believe all of those Tara Reid files are definitely gone. They are definitely gone. They didn't leave that out. I mean, he left out the files of like, yeah, we're going to build a military base over here, and we're going to build a new gymnasium. Those are probably the military files that he has, just so that. And part of me thinks there's a possibility. Another game. I could be wrong about the Kamala re-election. I mean, Kamala doing 2 years and win election thing. It could be Kamala serve out the rest of the term. The Democrats look increasingly weaker, and you have the possibility of Trump being brought back in the office. And the fact that Biden had the same scandal, it can kind of give Trump some fighting back ammunition so that he can push back against any of the stuff that they're saying against him, because he could say, well, Biden was doing this and Biden kept some of my policies and Biden did this. And he'll also take credit for, some of the pandemic stuff, i.e. the, what was it called? Can't remember what it was called when they put it out really quickly. Operation Warp Speed. That's Warp Speed. Yeah. Warp Speed. So he could possibly take some credit for that. And I mean, me and Chris, we were talking about it, and it's not likely that for the Republican Party and Trumpers, they're going to be pissed off nonetheless. But it does lend credence to, those Democrats who are independents who do favor, the jab. So, keeping all that in mind, all of these things are all possible. Mr. Street says, I am a U.S. patriot of my country, but to be honest, I've been worried for some time now. That sounds like somebody was saying that. I don't know. It sounds like you're reciting somebody. I'm wondering who said it. Yes, there's a group of nursing home residents watching TV saying we can do this. Credible. Yeah, credible. He can't even walk straight. Yes, he can't walk straight or talk straight. And that goes more to what I've said for the longest about these about presidents, that presidents don't control anything. I mean,
no, they're just they're they're just a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Just something to give us the illusion that there is a decision maker and to give the people something to participate in and bitch at and rocks at and criticize and beg and things like that. So, they don't have to actually bother the actual rulers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, that was just a clip together of various. Now, all the people falling, that really did happen. Do we know for a fact if they had Pfizer or not? No. I mean, does the person who did this, I don't know if they went to that level of doing the research, but this was just people who fell in, let's just say, mysterious circumstances, and it's never been explained to what exactly why they fell. So I just thought that was a good clip to add right after what he just said about how they're going to put on their blinders and not look for all possibilities. I mean, most people, if something happens like that, they're going to try to exhaust all the possibilities instead of first going immediately to what. It cannot be that, though. It could be everything else, but it can't be that thing over there. And it's just kind of odd that you would even rule out every possibility. So that's why I wanted to play that. I mean, there's another one. You say people haven't seen that one. There's another one that's put together of soccer players who are collapsing also. So,
that one is even longer. That was just a short clip. That other one.
Yeah.
The one with the soccer players of several minutes.
That one's very long. Yeah, it's a lot.
And, some of it some of them seem like it could be old, you know, because some of these people do want
Yeah.
to go extra hard, improving their point. So some of these things you just have to, you know, watch where you go, because they're one thing they're not providing dates and times of these events, you know. So and like I said, when you come at that compilation, some of those videos look old.
Well,
Like,
some
not
of
even
them are older. I mean, and that's how I know this. They clip that together from a clip together video. That part, that's the thing. That part about the sponsored by Pfizer, that was real. All of those things did have that sponsored by Pfizer. I mean, you can hear the official voices. So those were clipped from real commercials. Now the people falling, that was clipped together from apparently isolated incidents. They don't necessarily I mean, for all we know, somebody could have not been vaccinated at all, or they could have had Moderna or Johnson and Johnson, or whatever other, you know, one that was out there. I see Jimmy in the chat. Hey, Jimmy. Well, you know, anytime you like, you can hop on in here. That was a story that I wanted to bring up. I didn't have it. I wasn't gonna put it on the screen, but oh wow, the lieutenant governor just died. Where was it? It was a story about the Colombian one of the Colombian officials. And goodness. Oh yeah, by the way, Kevin Spacey pleads not guilty to new sexual assault charges. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Yes. Man, hold on. Just bear with me a little bit longer. See if I can find that story. Because I thought it jumped out at me as like, really? That's kind of strange. Had to do with Colombian news. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I could probably pull this up in Associated Press. There we go. It says Colombia president asked to stop arrest of narcos sought by the U.S. So he actually wants to not. No, we won't be streaming tomorrow, but we could probably. Well, I don't know. I'll message you later on, and we'll talk about that, Jimmy. I might have an interview tomorrow. So it says Colombia's president is seeking to suspend arrest orders against some of the country's biggest criminal suspects, including at least one individual wanted in the U.S. on narcotics charges, as part of the ambitious plan to dismantle armed groups that have long dominated the countryside. The request to suspend arrest orders against 8 members of the so-called Gulf Clan was made by President Gustavo Petro, peace commissioner, in a letter dated January 11 to Colombia's chief prosecutor. Among the list, Jobanes Diego, also known by his alias Bad Boy, who was indicted. Sorry, getting a little caught up with the little cold. Indicted in Brooklyn federal court in 2015 alongside Dario Antonio Usuga, then leader of the Gulf Clan, and at that time, Colombia's most wanted fugitive. A copy of the letter was provided to the Associated Press by someone close to U.S. law enforcement on the condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive matters at the heart of more than 2 decades of U.S. Colombia anti-narcotics cooperation. Colombia's top enforcement authority on Friday said that there was no legal basis for Petro's request. In 7-page rebuttals shared with the media, the chief prosecutor said such requests could only be made against members of politically motivated armed groups, whereas the Gulf Clan, which emerged from the ashes of Colombia's right-wing paramilitary movement was a purely criminal enterprise. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting what's going on there. It looks like a lot of heavy corruption going on. Take your no. You all can touch Pfizer. I'm not touching any of that stuff. Stephen Cleary says the Trump vaccines, he claimed credit for it. Joe Biden called the United States public not to take the Trump vaccines. He changed his tune when he became president. Very amusing. And I think
very true.
I just put this out there as a wild, crazy conspiracy theory. You guys can take it to heart or pay it no mind. I believe there is a possibility that they wanted for Trump to push forward. Hopefully that'll get some of the people on the right engaged in it. Trump goes out of office. Now the left pushes forward. Now you have a divided, politically divided country with both sides of the aisle, both taking it. And that's how you were able to get the numbers to the levels that they got them to. So it just, I don't know. That's just a theory I have. Might be right, might be wrong. So just wanted to say that. Yeah, we were gonna add some Beauty, but Beauty couldn't make it tonight, so we'll make sure to schedule that up soon. I don't know. She might be able to help me join on the interview. Help me interview with somebody if she's interested in that. Or if not, definitely welcome to come next week also. So yeah, what do you think of that story? I don't know if you heard anything about it, Chris.
Yeah, no, I did. Like, I'm sorry, I heard about it, but like most other things, I'm just not surprised. You know what I'm saying?
What, that a president will all of a sudden say, "Hey, I don't want to arrest any more drug dealers that are on my top most wanted list and the U.S.'s most wanted list."
So it seems that the United States must have pissed off Colombia, or the drug dealers that they have in custody are telling them like, "Yo, we're gonna shoot the whole shit up." Those are the only two reasons why that could have happened.
Whoa. Yeah, that might be why. Yipper says the vice president of Colombia was about to get hit with a bomb. That's probably why. Because you got to remember that this is a paramilitary group that branched out from the government. I mean, they have very, 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 advanced weaponry at their disposal. So could the president be under duress in making this request?
Absolutely. Yeah, under duress both ways. But you know what? He knows that it's going to take the United States a little bit extra time to get to him. He knows in his own country, oh man, it's a wrap. So he's like, let me not do this. Let me live. Let my family live, and all that other stuff.
So I asked a question: is it a possibility that we could see a president stepping down?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. Mr. Street says there are only like 5 countries where the president or prime ministers are safe. Yeah, and those are only countries which are very small and don't have any natural resources.
There's like 700 people in those places.
Yeah, those are the only ones that they just don't care about. Because as this whole Russia-Ukraine thing has been showed, it showed that even countries like France and Italy and Germany really don't have power over themselves and are being bullied by NATO, which de facto is United States and Great Britain. Mostly the United States.
Yeah, that's like what's funny is that Young Thug and Gunna and all YSL is on up for RICO charges. But they when they asked Gunna when he went to court, they said this was snitching. They said, ask him what is YSL. He said it's a gang. That's the name of the record label. Anyway, he said it's a gang. He didn't say it's a record label, right? He admitted to it being a gang. Cool. NATO, I bring that up to say that NATO is the same. They're a gang. They're not peacekeepers. They're a gang, just looking for its next target to make a vid. That's about it.
Well, yeah, crazy stuff. Let me see what says. Charlie says, "Cool to catch a live show. Found you through AM Wake Up. Glad you're over here. Definitely glad you're over here. If I was feeling a little bit better, I probably would tell the fellas that I'll probably come and join them on Monday, but I don't know how well I'll be feeling. But you'll definitely see me on AM Wake Up more often, and Chris also. So this next story that I want to get to is about Davos. Of course, we'll have to wait till Davos actually has the meeting to get more into it. Since Garland Nixon did this topic last night or night before. Oh, cool. Maybe one of these times we can get on with Garland and collaborate. I would love to do that, but I don't know if I'm necessarily. Well, I was gonna say I don't know if I'm on his radar, but the other day, like I guess the time before last when I went on AM Wake Up, I was on there with Garland, so maybe I can reach out and ask him if he would like to come on over to the show. NATO, North America takes over.
Yo, that's. I mean, that's brilliant, perfect. I mean, that's what it is. So, it's nothing more, nothing less.
So Les, what the heck is going on with these? All right, let's knock that out of the way. And so this is the U.S. government has announced from the U.S. Embassy in Switzerland and Liechtenstein, U.S. delegation to attend the World Economic Forum annual meeting 2023. So I think it's important for us to look at who they're sending and what can that possibly tip us to what might be happening and what might be the point of this. I say often the World Economic Forum, when they send people there, some of them are kind of protesters, some of them are just philosophical thinkers, some of them are corporations that might get bids and kind of orders to do things later on. And some of these people are the actual movers and shakers that are coming up with a portion of these agendas to be implemented.
Yeah, that's what that you cannot deny that.
Yes.
It's too many. When you see, just look, the amount of private planes that the amount of private jets that pull up at that meeting should tell you what it is. You know what I mean? That's like they line up for Davos the way that poor people line up for like a McRib and McDonald's bring it back, right? Or that stupid ass Popeye sandwich that all these niggas was lining up for. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people, and there's a lot of money on those runways. Way more money than a regular airport, shall we say? So it's something that we gotta. When they say something, when we hear things that emanate from those meetings, those gatherings, we should pay attention to it.
Oh yeah, Himcar. Yeah, she definitely did because she was literally making a joke about it at that time. I was just saying which specific shot. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there that clip of the people falling. One of those, the stand-up comedian. She was like making a joke literally about getting vaccinated, and she falls during the thing. Everybody thought it was a joke. Everybody thought that she was like, what do they call it, like full body acting? But no, I mean, it was serious. She just said, oh, well, I just had a little knot on my head and I'm perfectly fine. But yeah, Charlie says climate change fault. Yeah, they're so worried about climate change, some of them, but the amount of emissions that they put out, that's not factored in. But if you listen to the mainstream media, they literally come out with stuff saying, "Oh, well, you can't, you can't factor that in because that's not true." But then you have Davos that comes right out right after it and releases a statement about how they're going to do all these different green technologies to reverse the effects of the amount of emissions that they're putting out. I mean, it's games that these people are always playing. Heather McDonald, that's correct. Thank you, Barry. That was her name. So let's read through some of these names and keep in mind these positions. Let's see what the implications are. So, U.S. delegation to attend the World Economic Forum annual meeting. Ambassador Scott C. Miller will travel to Davos, Switzerland from January 16th through 20th to participate in the World Economic Forum annual meeting. Ambassador Miller welcomes the opportunity to advance the Biden-Harris administration's agenda with world leaders and underscore America's commitment to promoting democratic values and economic prosperity. Other U.S. Government officials traveling to Davos are as follows. Secretary of Labor Martin J. Welsh, Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines, United States Trade Representative Ambassador Catherine Tai, Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation Christopher Wray, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Isn't that an acronym that goes with that? That sounds familiar to most people. United States Agency for International Development Administration, Samantha Power, Special Presidential Envoy for Climate, John Kerry, Senator Chris Coons, Senator Maria Cantwell, Senator Joe Manchin, Senator James Risch, Senator Kirsten Sinema, Representative Don Bayer, Representative Joaquin Castro, Representative Daryl Issa. Yes.
I also call these gatherings where the people with the real power call their underlings to meet up. It's kind of like a Walmart, company meeting where they tell them like, hey, our numbers are up 25% this year compared to last year. We're doing great business. Keep it up, God. This is more or less for them. Yeah. This is where they went to go listen to their bosses. That's why you see so many of them there. And those who didn't go, from whatever walk of life you're in, somebody you're involved with is going to tell you exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, this year, you got Daryl Issa, you got Gregory Meeks is going, Seth Moulton, Maria Salazar, Mikey Sherrill, and Juan Vargas. So, interesting. One thing I do notice about a lot of these people, these are the most neoliberal of neoliberals within there. And the people who some of these people are on the list of highest people who take the highest amount of donations. So what I see just looking on the outsets, you're sending a lot of people who obviously are politically compromised over there. I mean, literally, come on, Chris Coons, well, that shouldn't be a surprise. Chris Coons and Biden are like buddies. He let Biden fondle all on his daughter in public. You have Joe Manchin. Good Lord, this is probably the worst Democrat that you can send. And then Kirsten Sinema. Jeez Louise. And Daryl Issa, who was literally in charge of
who likes to pretend that he's not with the fuck shit.
Daryl Issa was literally over ethics. He was the chair of the ethics committee, and he's the one who's going over there. This is a man who literally he put a bill in to have road construction done so that the street would wrap around in front of his house. I mean, not his house, but two of his businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, that wouldn't seem like much in some, random city, but he did that in California. How expensive that probably was. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Some of these people that we see on the list. Let's see. So that's what I have. This should have been interesting. Him card. Interesting. Any relation to Jeff Koons? I am not familiar. I don't think so, but could be.
They get their marching orders and talking points for however long it takes, whether it's 6 months or whether it's for the next year or so. That's what it is.
Mr. Streets want us all dead. That's what he wants. You hear what he just said?
Nah. We can switch streets. I don't want to be on I don't want to be famous. Ugh.
I mean, you do realize at one point in time, if you were on this list, you're gonna have to have a sit down with one of the Rothschilds for him to break it down to you how things are really gonna go and who's the real boss.
Correct.
I mean, somebody from the Rockefeller Institution is coming to talk to you. The Clintons are coming to talk to you. Yeah, I don't know. Who else? Who else would be in that list? You might have R.J. McReynolds and Sons come talk to you. You're gonna have what's his name? I'm forgetting. George Soros, and I would go through a list of what was his name? Sheldon Adelson. Is he still around? I don't know. You're definitely going to be talking to the Koch brothers. You're going to start finding out who's really, and then you're going to have to sit down with Elon Musk and Bill Gates. I mean, imagine how many showers you're going to have to take after being in that room. That's all I'm saying. I would not want that job. I would not want that job at all. If it was a system like I've told people in the past before that, because why am I forgetting her name? Dianne Feinstein. I was like, well, she's getting up there in age. Maybe I'll run for Senate out here. It'd be easier to run for Senate than Congress. And I was like, do I really want to put myself into that hot mess of a situation?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I'm good. I'll stay over here on the sidelines. But I did think about it. Was it maybe 4 years ago? I thought about it for a moment.
Yeah,
I really did. And I honestly was telling when I talked to Shahid Buttar, I told him, I'm like, bro, what you really need to do is quit worrying about Congress, man. You need to just run for Senate. It'd be easier for you to beat Feinstein than to beat Pelosi. But
yeah,
let everybody make their own decisions on how they want to do things. In your first meeting, you're going to say Elvis is really alive. You'll say, "Have a seat, Baba." Honestly, I would literally have to wear like that yay mask, but bulletproof, like a whole bulletproof suit. I mean, I don't know. They got John Wick accessories laying around for me. That's the only way that I could run for anything. And I get to walk around with my own personal AR. I mean, that's about the only way I'm doing it. And a couple of grenades too. So they know, hey, you pop me, I'm throwing grenades. Just letting you know. That's the only way I could be a congressman or a senator. I need to be able to defend myself.
Or some trained tigers.
Yes. And I don't mean like 2.
Yeah.
Give me like 50. just walking them around like a dog walker in New York. All on the same chain, Chris.
All on the same thing because I'm the bad like that. I'm the baddest, you know.
And just imagine y'all in your Rick James voice. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
So, oh yeah, that's right. Let me pull this image up for everyone. I don't know if y'all seen this or not, but it's kind of a hot mess. Let's see. Let me pull it up. I figure I could show you could show you guys a story, but I think it's so much better if I show you video. Many of you guys I know have already seen it, but let's talk about it.
You know, a lot of times I like reading things and I prefer watching the video. Watching the video gets annoying because you got ads and
there's no ads. You forgot who you're dealing with? There ain't no ads over here.
But I'm just saying, that's why a lot of times I prefer to read read whatever it is versus watching the video about it.
Yeah, I don't.
After I've read something, then I'm okay with it. For me personally.
Yeah, my thing, I pay for the premium, so there's no ads over here. Whoa, that's not the part I wanted.
Fuck your couch.
Yeah, you guys need to see this. For those who haven't seen it, some of you guys are going to be like, exactly, Extra Bulla, buy a new couch. So let's put this on the screen for those who did not see it. For those who are a little randy out there, don't have too many wrong ideas. Some people might enjoy this.
This Warrior of Light costume symbolizes Ukraine's fight for freedom. The Warrior of Light protects her country like Archangel Michael, who is a guardian of soldiers and considered to be the patron of kids, the capital city. This Warrior of Light will help in their fight, Ukraine. Ukraine. This Warrior of Light costume symbolizes.
So, chat, what do you all think of that?
They spelled Nazi shit wrong.
Yes, let's put that on the screen. Yes, I completely agree. I completely agree.
Your country supposedly is in danger of another country basically completely taking over your country in every which way possible, not just militarily. We'll do so through the media, we'll do so through education, etc. So Ukraine has the time to be finding costumes like this and showing up to award shows with some bullshit like this. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, comparing her to Archangel Michael might get her head literally separated from her body.
Yeah, and no, I can't even be upset with it. I would be more upset with, but that's a stronger word. But I look at regular people if they looked at that and they fell for it on any level.
No, there's a lot. I just had somebody recently follow me that they have the Ukrainian flag in there, and like everybody they follow is like, supporters and F Russia and F Putin, all that stuff like that. So it's like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael from The Office wouldn't have anything to do with her.
Yeah,
this is just crazy.
Oh,
well,
exactly, John. They got billions.
They got a lot of bags, a whole lot of bags.
And that's just to play with. That's their play money. Like they went to a gentleman's club, right? And some people would be like, "Well, I got 1,000 on me. All right, cool. We'd be all right, or 2,000, cool." These dudes are showing up to these places, and their money is longer than we could ever.
Should I put the picture? Should I put the picture up on the screen that I made?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, continue while I find it.
No, so that's what, to John's point about they got billions, they really do have billions. But this whole display for Ukraine, again, it's corny as fuck. It's manipulative on the psychological level for
Language, sir.
for us. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta watch it. Thank you. But this nonsense they put in our face, they're really trying to get us to accept accept their narrative that this place is fighting, it's David versus Goliath. You know what I'm saying? And we should always choose the smaller guy. And now they got angels looking over them. It's just too much. If you didn't have any level of discernment or actual common sense, really, once you start looking into these things, you're not that surprised, and you no longer hold the notion that you can ever change the system by putting different people into these offices of power.
Yes, the propaganda is strong.
Yes, it really is.
So strong.
And it never ends all day long.
I don't really see the one in there. Crap. I guess I'll just have to show that one.
And as who was it? Hemcar pointed out. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but just look at the shape of the what you call it, the accessory of her head, and what it looks like. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. They really are
manipulation
with people.
Complete manipulation. That's what I do. I'll just send it to you real quick and then look it up from there. Okay.
Yeah. Yipper's stupid. Said all that money the U.S. is giving them and she can't eat a sandwich.
Well, that's how they like it.
Yo, that's a fact. There's billions. I'm sure they could feed Miss Ukraine or whatever the hell they call her.
This is still crazy that I made this. It looks so crazy. I don't know what I was. And most people, when they see like this one that I created, you probably click on the episode or it's already probably live, and you don't really get the time to actually look at it and read it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's so funny looking at it, and especially if I had the full thing blown up. But I can only find the one that was from that episode that I used it in. Where did it go? Is it that one? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. So if you can't see what's going on here, I'll let you all read it out loud. We have Joe Biden here with stacks in his hand, and you got Zelensky here dancing around, Ukrainian flag on his back, singing "Rain Down on Me." Then you have Putin over here saying, "Oh, I'll make it rain, itch." And then I put over the top, "You better stop funding Ukraine or else." And Biden responds, "Puck you." I don't know what I was thinking when I came up with that. So
yeah, you could have just said "buck," BUCK, buck you. Like, just something.
Oh, wow, didn't mean to do that. Whoa, exit full screen. Don't do that. But yeah. I don't know. Probably traumatizing some people seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, "Rain Down on Me," Boulder Snart tempting R. Kelly. Oh yeah. There you go, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Always on time. Puck you itches. We'll start. I'm about to get a shirt made that'll say that and bring that on. I don't know, the
'cause they
person who
probably-
came over from Sabby's, they're probably like, oh God, this is what his show is like. Oh, it's such a depression. It's so downhill.
No, not at all.
I agree, Mr. Streets. I definitely agree. Definitely agree.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, I think it is. But on one hand, it seems as if the people running this shit are manipulating the fact that they know it. And
but you got to remember also what it says biblically is it says it's going to put the hooks in their jaws. He's going to force them to do this stuff. And so, though it looks dumb to us and it looks like it's illogical, they don't have a choice. Just like if it goes back to like when it was talking about Pharaoh in the Bible, he literally hardened Pharaoh's heart so he would not do it. He literally is like, no, I want you to tell them no. Then I'm going to punish you behind for doing it. That's what happened. So it's the same thing with these idiots. They see they're marching. I mean, I literally hear, I mean, I know some people are not fond of Jackson Hinkle. That aside, whether you're fond of him or whether you love him, that's aside. He covered something that was pretty interesting the other day on Rogan, where this gentleman is on there and he's completely just lying about everything that's going on there. He made the claim that roughly maybe about 20 to 30,000 Ukrainians have probably died in this, and well over 100,000 Russians have died. When the number is actually completely reversed. The Ukrainians are struggling. And you're literally fighting. I mean, this guy even made the prediction that, in another 30, 40 years, possibly, I think he said, 40 years up to like 60 or 70 years, Russia's no longer going to exist. I mean, the lights are going to be off. They're going to be completely done as a country. Like, what? You know how much stuff can happen you're talking about like 60 to 70 years that could change the trajectory? Yeah, anybody can make a prediction like that. Oh, you're on mute, Chris. Anybody can make a prediction like that. Well, 50 or 60 years, this is going to happen. Yeah, because you're not going to be around to have to prove what you're saying.
Correct.
Oh, Myra's mom saw it. She said, OMG, it was so annoying watching the interview. The annoying part was that Rogan didn't know better to push back against him. They're like, yo, listen here, pimp. You know that's not true. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
No. I was reading Street's comment. You're saying the P on someone being sarcastic.
He want to make it rain like Lil Wayne said.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh man. So yeah. On that note.
Yeah. Like, let's try to get up out of here. Where's the next one?
The next story that I have that I wanted to go into is on the automation stuff. I know we've been hearing some different stuff about automation, but I wanted to go into this in particular so that we can actually put eyes on it and visualize some of the stuff we're talking about. I didn't have the longer one, and I guess I can surmise a little bit of that longer one that we shared a couple of years back. Do you remember the one where, I don't know, did I share it or did I just send it to you? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? If they hit us with a copyright on, I know some of these outlets can be touchy. I can go to that original one. Let's see. Let me go pull it up first. But I think it was on Vice News. Yeah. I think it was on Vice News where I saw it. Self-driving truck. No. Was that the one? This is. Oh, it's pretty cool. They broke it into smaller little sections. So maybe I can get away with it showing this just because of smaller sections. I'll play this one first. This
Marcus,
was a.
I got to tell you, it was in the 40s.
It's in the 40s right now?
No, it was early.
It's been literally raining all day. If you can't tell, that's why I have my jacket on.
Yeah,
It's a little chilly here in my setup.
Like right now, for instance, it's 48 degrees right now. You know, for people down here, that's super cold.
Oh yeah, especially in South Florida. Well, you had in Atlanta not that long ago. It was freezing temps and snowing.
Yes, it was. The iguanas are gonna be all frozen again. Like you go outside after it's cold like this, they fall out the tree frozen, just stuck there. And, some of them warm up and keep pushing. Other ones, they don't make it. They just feel like this. Like so out.
It's Street says, I looked at weather in Jacksonville. It's 49, but it'll go back up in a couple of days. Not necessarily. I mean, sometimes it stays like 40s in Jacksonville. I mean, especially during that time of the year. I mean, I used to live in Jacksonville. And so this is the time of year where Jacksonville gets colder than the rest of Florida does. I mean, the weather in Jacksonville is a little closer to parts of Georgia. So whatever you see it's not quite like Atlanta, but I would say you can compare the weather in Jacksonville more to like Valdosta or Savannah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's not going to be closer to like Orlando, where Orlando is it's not going to be Orlando. It's not going to be like Tallahassee, but it is closer to more Savannah, where it's going to be a little chillier because it sits right on that coastline next to the water and the humidity is higher. So 48, 49 in Jacksonville is not the same 48 you feel in a lot of other places. Like I'll tell you this, somebody who grew up in Kansas City, 48, I put it this way, 40 in Jacksonville is what 30 feels like in Kansas City. It's 10. That makes it. It gets colder. So I don't even want to know what like 28 degrees feels like in Jacksonville, because that 28 doesn't not feel like a Midwestern, 28. Ooh, Tom said here in South Dakota it's 40 degrees and feels warm. It means Chris is freezing in Florida. Yeah, well, you got to remember those people, they're not acclimated to it, as people who are used to those chillier temperatures.
I put on the hood. I had on sweats and a sweater underneath it. I had a little scully on, but that was that was all I needed. It wasn't. There was no need to be super duper bundled up like I was. I'm super appreciative for that.
Yeah, Chicago's normally pretty brutal where John's at. And then Streets, what he's talking about, I know. Talking about it, that Ohio weather is crazy. I know how that Midwest is, where one moment it feels like a freaking blizzard, and the next moment you're like, hey, this feels like a good day for a picnic. It's definitely confusing. You walk outside and it feels like, man, I could put on shorts and t-shirts, and you got like 4 feet of piled up snow on the side because the ground is so freaking cold that even though it's 60 degrees outside, the snow doesn't melt. I know it's weird.
It is.
All right, so this is one of how automation is radically changing American jobs, and this is just almost like, I guess, a trailer of it. I recommend going and checking out the whole episode of it. And no, I can't play that here, but here's a little bit before I get into some of these other clips. Keep in mind, this documentary, this one that they're showing here came out 3 years ago.
When I heard we was working with robots, I thought the idea was cool. That's something I only imagined coming out of a sci-fi movie.
UBI on the way, baby.
It's about to take a left turn into oncoming traffic.
What was that, Chris?
UBI on the way, baby.
Oh, definitely. I remember I was telling people about this truck thing, about the automated part. Like 6 years ago, I was telling people this before I was even doing content. Because I remember like I think it was 5 years ago, where they had the first automated truck go from Jacksonville, Florida to San Diego. So,
see, I don't remember that, but at the same time, there's more money to be made.
Well, the big problem that they're having with all this stuff is just increasing the signal, which goes into 5G, which goes into stuff that I probably should wait and talk about on Rockfin one of these days. So just remind me, and I'll go into the whole 5G and stuff that happened over the last couple of years. I'll leave it at that.
Section clear. Left turn.
We're going to shut down factories. We're going to replace truck drivers. Expensive physical labor. That's the first thing they try to replace.
The stakes for us as individuals are enormous, and unless we can replace all that, what's going to come of us?
Dick Haas. That's his real name.
Unlike
Richard.
humans, you teach one robot and you perfect it, and then you can deploy that software to all the robots in the field.
What are the advantages of automating a business like this?
Labor cost is a big issue right now.
When we talk about the future of work, we're talking about how do we ensure that those left behind today aren't further left behind tomorrow.
That's UBI for you.
You have to move fast. You have to do right by the robots.
You cannot have a prosperous economy without prosperous workers.
The goalposts are going to move the whole time on us. This is a race we will not win.
Robots was going to come and take my job, and what would I have been able to pass on to my children?
Toyota signed our Pledge to America's Workers for 100,000 enhanced career opportunities.
That's when you ask me, what would I do if I didn't drive? I can't honestly answer it. I'd be scared.
And what worries me is by the time we really get around to dealing with this, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, it is.
That's just a little taste for y'all right there. Yes, your thoughts, sir. I got a couple more clips stored up, but what's your thoughts while I pull up the next one?
I mean, look, everyone is interested in upgrading technology. Everyone is always going to be showing interest in creating something that didn't exist before or improving upon something that currently exists. So they're using technology to do this stuff. If these were just honest, open people, I wouldn't be so skeptical. However, but we see who they're tied to, what their reasons are, what their thinking is. It just makes me pause, man.
Himcar says he's in Wisconsin. I know that cold ass weather. Jeez. But if UBI, Thomas says, let's put it on the screen. If UBI takes over labor, the world's economy is done for. The economy depends on people spending money. That's where UBI comes in, because they're going to need to pay people to sustain all of these people who are out of work. That also goes into population control,
All of it.
That's the reason why abortion pills are coming out now. That's the reason why you remember how we covered, what was it, last week or week before, about euthanasia? All of these things are not separate things. They're all connected. Is the is a robot water resistant? I would imagine so. If automation, oh, that's right. I just shared that one. Yipper says WTF is enhanced career opportunities. What that is that's jobs to work with machines, operating machines. That's what that is. I'm not going to be buying any robot burgers. Crazy, but robots will replace us. Well, they're already working on that too. And Atris, shout out to Atris. Make sure you guys check out his channel too. Atris, and I still need to get you on here one of these days. EMP bombs. EMP is something
that means my phone would turn off. You got to catch me if you can. That would be a great thing, I think, for a little while. Then I'll be pissed I can't use it for what I want to use it for.
Yep, stores are removing registers and replacing with auto registers everywhere. I mean, this is not something that we can just be like, oh well, I opt out of it. It's coming, no matter what we do. I mean, it's already here. Like he said in there, he said, "Yo, if it's not a matter of what do we do to go back and stop it. It's already here." Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, wait a minute, that's why. Let me hop out of here. Message to message here. So somebody said burgers. I guess I'll show the burger one first.
Which one? You got it yet?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let's put it up. So here is one of many out there that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, they start with a business, one of the most struggling businesses.
White Castle. God, after basketball practice, we used to go there and get like
this robot named
40
burgers stationed at a White Castle outside of Chicago.
Outside of Chicago, John.
Outside of Chicago.
With its mechanical arm and using computer vision technology, Flippy can cook everything from French fries and onion rings to cheese sticks. White Castle said it plans to add 100 Flippies to its kitchens nationwide.
We used to need 2 people to operate that French fry area during peak hours, and now we are able to only have 1 person operating that area.
Would you like to try the mac and cheese bites today? All right, thank you. If the screen's correct, it is 827. Second window, please.
Fast food jobs are demanding, quick moving, and sometimes even dangerous. But not for robots.
When you look at the restaurant industry, it's a little bit late to the party in adopting automation and robotics in particular.
So far, the restaurants that are using them or are trying them out say that this automation really only has to do with helping relieve boring tasks from workers' plates, help make their jobs easier, let them engage with the customers more. But there's a lot of reports out there kind of guesstimating how many jobs could be replaced by these robots, by automation.
Up to 82% of restaurant positions could to some extent be replaced by robots. Automation could save U.S. fast food restaurants over $12 billion in annual wages. And restaurants are also struggling to find workers. American restaurants are down more than...
Struggling, how about you just don't want to use workers? Let's just be honest about it. You don't want to pay these people because you can save $12 billion. That's what it is.
560,000 jobs, or about 4.6% of its workforce from their pre-pandemic levels. About a third of Americans work in a restaurant as their first job, and half have some restaurant work experience.
Yeah, the economics of this are very, very compelling. If you take minimum wage, just around the $20,000 per year mark. That's the cost of 1 robot.
Other companies in the space include Picnic, that has a robot that makes pizza, and Autech, whose machines make sushi. So what impact will robots have on the fast food industry and the livelihood of its workers? CNBC got a behind-the-scenes look at restaurant robot maker Miso Robotics to find out. Miso Robotics got its start in 2016 with a handful of engineers in a Pasadena, California garage. 2 years later, the company launched Flippy at a nearby Caliburger restaurant. Flippy's first job was turning over a hamburger patty after it was placed on a grill by a human chef. But the company quickly pivoted to fried foods, rolling out a portable fryer station for baseball games at Dodger Stadium.
This was really the peak throughput test for us. Can Flippy keep up with in-between innings at a Dodger game and everybody goes to the concession stand? Can we meet that demand?
In 2021, Miso launched Flippy 2 using a mounted rail system, AI, and computer vision technology that can identify and track food as it moves through the structure. Although it has a camera, tablet, and robotic arm, engineers say the real tech is in the software.
The hard thing to get right about this product is having the computer vision, the algorithms that plan the cook cycle, and the software that manages the robotic motion to all work together so that it's as reliable as a refrigerator and it does the job.
Food is dispensed directly from the freezer into a basket. The robot's computer vision identifies the type of food and places it in the appropriate fryer. Once the food is cooked, the basket is taken out of the fryer, shaken, and dumped into a holding area where it is bagged by a worker.
For those of us who have been in a restaurant, this is exactly the same process that is done today by a human.
He's constantly playing like a multi-frame game of chess in his mind, understanding where to be next, so his sequence of movements is precise and he doesn't undercook, overcook food.
But what about the cost? Miso charges restaurants about $3,500 a month for a Flippy 2 under its robot as a service model. The company charges an additional fee of about $10,000 for installation. By comparison, the median hourly wage of fast food workers in the U.S. is just $12.07 an hour. There were roughly 11.7 million restaurant workers in the U.S. in 2022.
But Flippy 2 is different. Flippy 2 works around the clock. We have many 24-hour locations where Flippy 2 is installed. Flippy doesn't call in sick.
Built in Columbus, Ohio, it takes Miso about 6 weeks to manufacture one Flippy 2. The current off-the-rack mechanical arm is the same type designed for car factories, and Miso says they cost $15,000 each, plus another $5,000 to modify with additional grippers and sensors. Last year, Miso partnered with robotic arm maker Ally Robotics and hopes to start producing its own arm in 2023. The company also makes a streamlined version of Flippy 2 called Flippy Lite, as well as a drinks dispenser named Sippy. Flippy Lite is currently being tested in restaurants by Chipotle.
And what Flippy Lite is designed to do is to take one item that requires frying and just cook the heck out of it all day long.
With about 25,000 shareholders, Miso has so far raised more than $70 million in crowdfunding. The company's also announced it is testing a robot that fries chicken wings for WingZone. The global fast food industry is a $273 billion business, including more than 280,000 fast food restaurants in the U.S. alone. At this White Castle on the outskirts of Chicago, staff in the busy lunch hour shift face a barrage of orders coming from drive-through customers as well as the main counter.
Would you like to try any?
So, here, let's see. Anything more in there? Okay. Yeah, this is just going to go into the politics of it. I wanted to at least share that much of this one. I got other videos I want to share, but this is some of the stuff, you know, people need to watch out for.
It's coming. It's already here, man. It's only just going to, as soon as it becomes affordable to outfit your restaurant that way, those who have it will. Because again, all of the costs that come with actually employing a human are gone from that, you know, from the regulations. They don't have to provide benefits. There's no sick days. There's no bereavement. You know, oh, you can't have babies. You know, shit like that.
Wow. Let's see. Atra says, I was working at a robotic restaurant startup until last month. John says, not my White Castle. No, yes. White Castle's doing it, as Street says. Chipotle is doing it. I got a couple more big names that you guys are not familiar with. you know, that you guys are definitely familiar with. I see Pacheco Roan is in the building. What's up, Pacheco?
Market to
I see Kira Rance is here also. Yes, did they talk about self-driving trucks? Yes, we did talk about self-driving trucks also. Yes, what was that, Chris?
No, I'm saying to the extent what Street said, if he was out of high school, he'd pursue a career in robotics. In robotics. Oh, absolutely. In programming them and fixing them.
Yeah,
You know
I mean,
the blue collar side of it and the white collar side of it. Absolutely, they'll be smart as shit.
Yeah, but John, at some point, what happens when all of them are robotic? That's what you have to focus on. I mean, and I know right now we'll have like Walmart where some of the registers are, you know, or the self-serve. Well, it's going to get to a point where, you know, it'll be more like the Amazon store. For those who aren't familiar with the Amazon store, there aren't any employees in there. You walk in, and the moment you pick up anything, it's already tallying that. And as you walk out of the door, it just automatically charges your account. There's cameras literally everywhere. So it's not like, oh, I'll just walk in and just, you know, pocket a few things. Doesn't matter. The cameras already see it. They charge you for it. Now, there's still some problems with it. That's why Walmart has a little bit of while to go before they're in trouble. But unless they adopt to that system, they're going to be in trouble also. So think about how many people work at Walmart. How many of those people are going to be gone? Target, I think will probably be gone before that because they actually pay their workers a little bit better. So I don't see how they keep up with them.
Yeah, it'll be the slow roll.
Charlie says, buck flippy and all the fast food garbage. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the reason why they want to keep people busy. If you're busier, then it's less time to prepare your meals. And so what do you end up doing? Going to pick up some fast food on your lunch break. I mean, that's the goal in things like this. What was the other one that I wanted to share? I had that one, but there is more. Is this the right one? Oh, I forgot about this one. Let me just get that one up. Okay. Let me just get them up on the screen so I can see what order that I want to play these in. Well, I got a couple shorter ones for you all. Why the heck is it get your latest information about COVID-19 on this video? This video literally is saying nothing about COVID, but for some reason it's a COVID thing on the video.
You know, if it's telling you about natural ways to, you know, do certain things, then I can understand why.
Okay, is that all? And let's see, is this one too? Okay. That one I have to put in fast forward because that one was super.
Streets, you're not lying about that. And the cost of eggs is up. It's not even a game. To those people who eat eggs and buy them regularly, who are aware of the price increase, it's not a joke. It does make you think about getting some chickens, absolutely.
Let's see. So let's put this one on the screen. This next video. Here's what I mean, because we could talk about it, but I just want people to see like this isn't just some random store that you're hearing about. These are going to be, you know, stuff that's going to start happening with major chains. This one is like a couple of years old. And so note that they're not going to be operating quite like this one does. In fact, I'll speed it up because it moves kind of slow.
They're always mocking, create a robot.
So let's pick this speed up on it. Yeah, this one moves slower. These are the older machines. Put the little music off where they're trying to make it seem like this is something cool. And you go in and you pick up your whatever style of burger which you want. And here's one of these older versions of the machines. On this machine itself, I mean, people are going there. I don't know if this place is still in business or not, but actually, let me skip ahead because they do another version where they show up close. So there it is. It's sawing the bread. And this is showing up close what the first part was showing, so you can see what it's actually doing. It's going in, it's adding the different sauces. I think that's cutting the pickles there. It's cutting the tomatoes. So people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, not only it gives me literal fresh pickles, fresh tomatoes, and, you know, those yuppie type people who live in the suburban areas, they're not going to care that, you know, they're putting people out of work. They're going to care, oh, man, how fresh it was. And look at this new machine, how cool it was. Here it is, it's adding the cheese. And then the next part here is some form of a heater. And this thing is melting the cheese onto the bun. As you see over there, you already had your sauce added. You had your tomatoes, onions, pickles, lettuce. And then over here, this next part, there, your patties are put into this machine over here where they're cooked and then tossed onto the bun. And then seasoning is sprinkled on afterwards. And then that's the burger.
The Tumami burger. Tumami. Ven acá, mami.
You're stupid. So that's that restaurant there. I was just like, this is crazy.
The amount of, you know, the amount of money they'll spend to get it to that point is it doesn't
really, Archers. I did not know that. I'm about to look that up. He says Pollo Loco is doing drone deliveries now.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
But they're spending. Look, it's such a good investment that even if you have to spend a shit ton of money at the end run of it, it's all profit. And the only thing you'll have to pay is for the technicians to come out and fix shit up, or possibly potentially having to buy new hardware. But that is cheap. Even if you have to do this amongst a lot of equipment, it's still cheap compared to the cost of a human.
Yeah.
That's the way they would look at us, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Also, you got to factor in for those who don't own a business or familiar with that. When you own a business, not only do you have to pay a salary, you have to pay insurance per worker. If they have some kind of a IRA, because most don't have retirement funds anymore, that's a portion that they're having to put in and match. And so you might only make a certain amount per hour, but that totals the more. Excuse me one moment.
No, you're good. I don't know what happened to Marcus, but that pizza is making me look kind of making me kind of hungry.
Sneeze.
Right now.
I just sneeze.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you, sir. So let's go ahead and play this one right here. This is showing you a pizza chain which is making their own pizza.
They have dough, tomato sauce, cheese, and toppings, just like the ordinary pizzas. But these ones are made by a very special baker, Patsy, the world's first autonomous pizza robot.
Ce robot est unique, hein. Il est capable de faire 80 pizzas par heure.
This robot is unique. It can make 80 pizzas an hour. It can several at a time.
Qui vient de l'italien fou, audacieux, voilà, qui
means crazy in Italian, which describes the project, but also
et c'est aussi
sounds a bit
l'anagramme
like
de pizza. Donc C'est un mot qu'on a trouvé parfait pour notre robot.
Co-founder Sébastien Roverso and his team spent over 7 years developing the project, investing millions of euros. The aim was consistent quality with less staff. The robot in Paris can handle nearly everything alone. Customers place orders on their smartphones or via a terminal. The employees are only there to provide personal contact. Time to get baking. First, the robot makes the crust out of fresh dough. Then it adds the tomato sauce. The robot cannot cut up the ingredients for the toppings itself.
Yet.
Once the pizza is ready, it goes into the oven. It's then slipped into a box and cut into slices. After less than 5 minutes, customers can pick
Now, I
up
want to
finished
stop that
pizza
part
from a window.
because this reminds
The
me of
setup may
something.
look simple.
A lot of the Little Caesars, when your pizza is ready, they put it into a thing and you have to scan, and so it's contact free. And some of the ones that are here in my area alone already, so they're already and how they do this stuff is they do little phases. They might do where you come and pick up the pizza through this automated thing. This part over here, you might order it on an automated kiosk instead of dealing with an actual employee. And so little functions get swapped out. And so eventually it's not as jarring to see one whole group go. And eventually different places, it'll start with that, then it'll go to the next thing. Then it's a flippy or a sippy, a drink machine. This is how they do it incrementally.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's harder to notice. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, this is how they do it every single time. So, look, people need to see what's coming.
Yep.
Do I miss New York pizza? Oh, hell yeah, I do miss New York pizza, but I do have to say, in my recent trips to New York getting pizza from several different spots, it's been okay. It was way better when I would assume their dads or grandfathers or uncles or somebody was running those shops back in the 80s and 90s. But now it's good, but to somebody who knows what it really, really tastes like, yeah, there's something missing.
Mm-hmm.
So I do miss New York pizza. That I do.
So here.
Simple, but it involved highly complex technology.
La plus grande complexité.
Our biggest challenge was having to program everything, and this is what goes into the programming part. We had to invent everything.
Même le
The
lave-vaisselle du
oven was
robot,
specially designed, and also the
automatiquement
design
toutes les
turned
2 heures.
on
Tout
automatically every
l'environnement,
2
c'est pas
hours.
uniquement le robot en tant que.
Which you guys get the gist of it. That's one aspect of it. Let's go to the next one. Let's keep this rolling. So let's get on to some restaurants you guys are familiar with.
Rolling.
We've already showed Chipotle. We've already showed White Castle. Let's see one more.
After basketball practice, I'm telling you, we had like 25 burgers a piece right down Hillside Avenue. I promise you.
So check this one out. Here's the next one. You guys gonna see. You guys recognize that? Red and white.
Fast food chain Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, showcased its automated restaurant in Moscow. In an outlet nicknamed Restaurant of the Future by KFC, any possible interactions between customers and staff are reduced to the bare minimum. After the food is cooked, a firm and precise robotic hand puts the order into the box, which can be opened by a code given to the customer. To pay for the food, one can use both bank cards or face biometric data after completing a registration process. KFC representative Dmitry Agiev said the company built the new outlet before the outbreak of coronavirus made its methods a hygienic way to order food. For more than 2 months, restaurants in the Russian capital have been closed due to the coronavirus pandemic. On Tuesday, June the 16th, part of the restrictions was lifted, permitting to serve clients in the open-air terraces. Moscow has over 200,000 confirmed coronavirus cases as well as 3,597 coronavirus-related deaths, according to the official data.
All right, let me stop that. So now we're getting to restaurants we're familiar with. That's KFC. We've seen Chipotle. We've seen, let's see, get to some of these comments.
I mean, well, look,
Glorification of impending doom. I agree. Oscar said, I mess with that burger. Oh, yeah, that's coming too. Some of these are not going to be necessarily made out of meat anymore. That's something that the World Economic Forum talked about that they would like to push. Yep. Cricket meat anyway. And then Pacheco says, check out Let's Suck Less, Overpopulation, Eugenics, and Degrowth. Peter Coffin on the Y YouTube. Yeah, I will definitely check that out. That's why the FAA took restrictions off of residential flying restrictions on drone license and found out why. Correct. That's definitely, I want no parts of it. Atras, good point. He says, looking like Little Caesars. Little Caesars here in California does that. A good chunk of them, and it's only spreading. I don't know. Do they do that out there yet?
No, not yet.
Where you go in and you scan, you put your receipt under, it's scanned, or it'll have a code on where you just put it in, and that's how you get your food out. And so they're doing more and more of you order your food and then walk in and just show a receipt or give a number. Or sometimes just put your phone, the barcode on your phone, and scan that. Mr. Street says, Chris and Marcus, do y'all miss NYPs? Oh, that's what you were responding to. Yes, I like some good. I like some good NY pizza. I haven't had it a whole lot, but I definitely enjoyed it when I was there.
No, when somebody comes back, when somebody lives or goes to New York, my mom most likely go to the pizza joint near the crib, and she'll go buy me a couple of Sicilians. She'll freeze them, put them in some wax paper and ice, and ship them down here.
Mr. Street says he wants corned beef sandwich.
New York Cats Restaurant. Jesus. It's been years since I've been there.
This is why
they got a bunch of spots like that that's really good.
Exactly. That's why they want to take them out. They're taking over the KFCs. And John says, I'm writing an extremely worded letter to White House. Yeah, I mean, they came out with the bots first. They supposedly went to the moon first. They're tired of these Ruskies. Good point. So KFC doesn't. Well, this was actually I want to say this is like it was 2019 when they were doing that. So this is before a lot of these things came up, but.
I thought he had already said something prior to 19 though, but it's quite possible because I still think I'm in 2022. I keep writing that shit out. It hasn't clicked to me yet.
And Myra's mom says KFC went to hell after the 70s anyway. That is probably exactly what it is, Thomas. 15% beef, 15% cricket, 15% roast, 15% soy, and 60% other will be your new ingredients in near future burgers. Oh, that sounds disgusting. But it's probably what it's going to be. I remember when KFC used to be called Kenny Kings. Damn, Mr. Streets, how old are you? I have no clue what Kenny Kings is. Yes, we all need to try to do more cooking at home, Ira's mom. Let's see what some of the comments we got over here on the rock fence. Himcar says, if fast food doesn't exist, America would be healthier. What if no nurses or truckers / rails? No one would have good food or health. Says suspending minor surgeries in some places due to shortage of staff. Who will eat at fast food when they take our jobs and kill us? Interesting. They are working on what is it? The robotics are even going to go into the healthcare industry. They already have robots they're working on for doing surgeries. I mean, that's the other in that video from Vice News that was like 3 years ago. It covers that in there also, and then it even covers like people who work doing briefs in the legal field. They're already coming out with a robot which works on doing briefs.
Yeah, that you know, I know a little bit about that profession, right? They're still not ready yet for certain aspects of it. Yes, but they cannot fully automate that entire process just yet. They
can't, and that's what's holding this stuff up. Like I know people are big on the general strikes and all that, but their goal is to, once they get this stuff up and running, they firing all of y'all. So they don't really care about the the strikes. They're just trying to delay. That's all they're doing. Let's see, Hamza's in the building. Oh, Mr. Trees is 54, but people say I look 40 and can run with the best. CCC.
Okay. We're taking you so long to get down in the streets.
Oh, you need to get back down there, huh?
Yeah. Hamza, what's up, man?
Tell him to bring you something good, some of that New York pizza on his way down.
Hamza, did you watch the Tank fight? I know he's into like UFC and shit like that, so I'm interested if he watched that. Tank is Gervonta Davis.
Gervonta Davis, yes.
The
beast.
He's from Baltimore, Maryland. He fights in one of those super lightweight divisions. I can't remember because they have too many. But he fought a champion in another division. It wasn't for the belt, but Gervonta Davis looked really good. But the big one is him against Danny Garcia. That's the fight that we're waiting for.
Well, that one, and Devin Haynes.
Oh shit! He said my boy John Coke Jones is back. His name is like John Bones Jones, right? That's the nickname. But since he keeps getting caught with coke, he just called him John Coke Jones. That's what makes it funny.
Charlie over here says, "Call me John Connor, the robot killer." He like, I'm not wanting to play with these robots.
Well, we're gonna need a Terminator.
Well, that one's coming soon. That one is coming soon, and what they're gonna do is, it's going like either we're dealing with the Terminator or we're dealing with actually I think the Terminators are gonna come first, and then it's gonna go into with the little birth pod things. They're gonna come up with their own clone armies. It'll be a mixture of those things.
But we'll be gone before that happens. You know what I'm saying? At
least if that happens, I always think that these people always plan for the future, but doesn't mean you always get to all your plans.
They don't, but they get to most of them. This is their world, so they're going
for an appointed time. You got to remember, they don't get to control their time.
That is a fact. They don't.
So they're gonna think they can do all this stuff and get all this stuff done, and that might be for the 2050s and all that stuff, the 2060s, but we'll see. I mean, I keep hearing 2030, 2030, 2030, which tells me that more than likely it's almost like they're rushing to 2030. Like, we got to have this set in place by this time or else. And so it makes me wonder if there's something they know about 2030 coming that was why they're in a push for everything, all this 2030, 2030. And I mean, keep in mind at this point now, this is 7 years from now. Yeah, it's getting close.
Time is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I mean,
UFC
it used to sound like it was so far away, but it's right around the corner.
Wait, they released Ngannou? Wow, that's a pretty big move. But I think he's taking a boxing exhibition match somewhere.
Hey, I see Lucky is in the chat. What's up, Lucky Burrito? Make sure you guys give share some love over there. Give them a subscribe if you are not subscribed. A like and keep your eyes peeled for a collaboration between us and Lucky. It's definitely good to have her on here. Me, her, and Steve had a very, very fun, enlightening conversation earlier today. Talked about so many cool things. It was definitely a joy for me. So thanks, Lucky, for being in. John Kimber said, "Long time no see." He must have been in there last night or earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to be a responsible parent. You know what I'm saying? It's 11:54. My 2 sons just walked out the house. Didn't say nothing. Like, just looked at me walking out. You know what I'm saying? I'm tempted to go lock the door on their asses and saying, "Tell me."
Jalen was like, "Just keep walking." So
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
Marcus, stop looking. Marcus, stop looking. Just keep walking. He can't. He's not gonna get up and do nothing.
But they always just like tell you without telling you. I heard my keys, so I know they're looking for something in the mailbox. So I know that they're going to the mailbox to go look for something.
So you better bring your ass back here, boy.
I know.
But I got one more clip for you.
If anybody gonna hurt their ass, it's gonna be me. Nobody else will get to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, people don't know. Yeah, I was talking with Lucky, and maybe some of that conversation that I had with Lucky, we'll talk about some of that on the air. We got into philosophical stuff, some of the stuff going on with indie media, perceptions of indie media coming into it. We got into some theological talks, history. A lot of interesting stuff, and
the indie media is good as long as they're not just trying to do this just so that they can get hired by the regular legacy media or to be viewed on that level at all. You know what I mean?
But Chris, you got to remember, we're kind of talking from a different point because we're not in a tribe.
Yeah, that's true.
All these other people, like, for instance, we were already in the sphere before Lucky got in, and so from the outside, it looks like there's this big harmonious like group, and even if you have a bunch of people who all support the same things, that they all will get along, and it doesn't really work that way because you start dealing with all these different personalities, and sometimes that just is tough for some people, and then you deal with egos. Yeah, I did have something there. You do have some egos to deal with some people. Some people are more sensitive than you realize. Like, believe it or not, some of your favorite content creators, you could say like one thing the wrong way, and they hold a grudge on another content creator forever. And so it's a lot of that going on. We here at the Political Matrix try our best to not hold any grudges, not even if it's people we don't necessarily agree with, to try to keep it, cool with everybody. Right, Chris?
That's right. Yo, how did the Jaguars come back to fucking win?
When?
Just now, tonight.
They're playing tonight?
The Jaguars and Chargers. The Chargers were smashing them dudes.
Oh, that's right. It's Saturday. I'm thinking it's Friday. What the heck?
Yeah. Burritos 19, Streets 21, mine 20. Yeah. Same,
And which I feared some woman's gonna pop up from some country that I was in at some point in time with like a God knows how old year old. I mean, anywhere from let's see how old? About a 20-year-old. I don't know. I could probably have a 20-year-old floating around.
that's why my biggest problem is, keeping the crazies from, putting my son through some of the shit I was going through.
I agree. They should not. I mean, I don't block anybody that I can think of. Well, there's actually, I'll be honest, there is one other content creator that I blocked, and it's because the person harasses everybody. You guys know his name. The content creator where I literally had to give out, like, if people who are not familiar with why there are so many wrenches in my chat, it's because of this one person who would create bots and come in and just attack your show.
Well, what's his name?
Propaganda.
Yeah.
That's the person, and he literally got to the point where he would harass almost every stream and turn to like some kind of a weird stalker. I don't know. Yeah, so when you're dealing with people who are that immature in this space, then that's when you do have to block them, because there should be some degree of professionalism that we have amongst each other. But some people, they just, I don't know what's wrong with them. I just don't know what's wrong with them. He lost his channel. Well, good. He needed to lose his channel. He's literally harassing people.
Even Thomas said, I think we all blocked Mr. Prop.
You have to. It doesn't take long before you say one thing that now he's going to be ticked off at you and then hold an eternal grudge and then get all his minions together so that they can all create 4 or 5 fake accounts and come in and spam your chat up. That's what he does. So,
these fake accounts and people having time to do all this shit is just
amazing. Look at that. He has like 20 alt accounts. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how people have time for all of this. Maybe
he's somebody that I wish I could meet in person. I wish I could. Oh, shoot. I did not know my brother was in here. Shalom, shalom. For those who don't know, this is my good brother, colleague from my other show, Hebrew Apologetics with Young Morpheus and Jose. Yes, Fuzz knows the annoyance that we dealt with him. And we will be getting back to our live streams. I know I've kind of slacked a little bit, but we're gonna get back to doing them every week, even if we just do short ones. We need to get on top of that, especially right now. Stuff is getting crazier and crazier. Fuzz, after I get off, call me. I got something I need to talk to you about. I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's been going on with this Israel stuff. I got some prophecy stuff to talk to you about. Just look at the look on my face and you'll know what it has to do with. But yes, definitely. If you're still up, I know you're out there on the East Coast. It's late, but if you're still up, which we're probably going to go for maybe another 20 minutes or so max. I don't know, my voice, I'm trying to keep it up, but it's a little weak right now with this cold. But yes, there will be more than a 5-finger to the face. I'll give him what I used to call when I box. I give him that 2-piece and a biscuit. Just wipe his nose real quick with the left.
Where?
Marcus has it.
Sorry, I had to catch these like little slick motherfuckers and ask them where the hell they coming from.
He said we 24/7, man. Oh yeah, I do. I mean, sometimes I read, man. I don't know. I'm still trying to maneuver my way back to getting back to East Coast, especially like on get down to Florida.
I don't know what you're waiting for, kid. Like, it's nice.
I know.
I mean, I won't. I won't ruin you too bad, but I can tell you, yeah, we're gonna have some fun. It's okay.
Yo, I mean, I'm tired. Like, I don't even like to really go places here because I'm tired of this fucking traffic. Oh, sorry, dang it. Trying to be on my best behavior, but the traffic out here is just
Yeah, to the audience, I don't know if you guys know, and for any content creators who are watching or going to watch this, keep in mind that I believe YouTube is going to start demonetizing channels for the curses you use. So be careful cursing, especially within the first, I don't know, 10 seconds of your program, first minute of your program or so. If you have any thumbnails, don't put any curses in there. They're basically treating every curse word like the F word. So just be careful. So all that tells you is a bunch of sensitive people run this shit, and they really want to control how it is you talk.
Definitely, yeah. If you're talking about coming out to Cali for the Passover, most definitely. Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna have you some nice lamb grilled up, nice and right for you.
Gipper, it's not Gipper asks, is it freezing? I mean, here in South Florida, it's in the 40s. You know, this is cold, chillier than it typically is. But I mean, you put on a sweater, a hoodie, you're okay. You don't need. I mean, maybe you have the heat on in the car and your feet a little bit. But it's okay.
I'm with John.
You said we need new cursor. Yeah, we do.
Maybe we should bring out some of the old ones. I'm gonna start calling people scallywags.
Oh, they don't know what scallows are.
You rough skillion scallywags.
Oh yeah, we scallows.
Hot-footed heathens.
No, but it is cool in Florida. It's nice, but you do need something. You do need something covering your arms. You do need a hoodie outside. If you want to pretend that 46 is not all that cold, I mean not chilly, then
but 46 in Florida is different. 46 in Florida is not 46 in most places.
No, of course, but I just say, look, if you want to go outside 46 wearing your little shorts and t-shirts, go right ahead. Me? No, I got my hoodie on and my sweats. I'm good. I'm comfortable now. Remember, I come from places real cold. Yeah, see, 32 degrees. I remember those days.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. 32 in Connecticut. Probably, I'm not sure how the humidity is there. You have to let me know.
No, that's almost snowing. If there was any weather, it'd be snow. That's freezing right there.
But that's how, like, from my experience, is like 40, like 45 in Florida is like 32 in a lot of the Midwest areas.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'm sure northern Florida is a few degrees cooler.
But it's always cooler than down there. I mean,
yeah.
It was in the like a lot of people were like, well, it's a colder time than it normally is across the country, which is true. But when I lived in Jacksonville, yeah, 40s during this time of the year is not,
Oh wow, Pachico,
it's not out of the ordinary. What are we gonna have a political matrix reunion down in Florida? Is that what that's saying? Like everybody's gonna have to have a live event and bring everybody out there. Well, political matrix and Hebrew apologetics, like meeting with everybody there. That's what we're gonna have to do.
That'd be tough.
So let me put this last video.
We can go stay at Mar-a-Lago. You know what I'm saying? They got the rooms.
I'm sure Ye can get us in there.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. So this last one, I know some people, they might have a little trouble with it. They be like, nah, I wouldn't do no fast food, no robot fast food. Well, what about this one?
No, but you got to come south, Jose.
Yeah, he's going the wrong direction, Temple, wrong direction.
Robot restaurant in Texas, igniting both controversy and intrigue. The restaurant in Fort Worth, Texas, is entirely automated. Thus, placing an order and picking up your food doesn't even need to involve a person. after Foodie Monster, a user on TikTok and Instagram, published a video from inside. Introverts' dreams went popular online. The video, which has received 1.2 million views, demonstrates how people may order quick food via computerized screens and pick it up from a machine. According to McDonald's, the order ahead lane, where customers can get their orders on a conveyor belt, is one of the new features. The establishment is the newest step in McDonald's growth plan, accelerating the arches, which focuses on innovation to enhance customer experiences. The decision is sensible for a number of reasons. In addition to being quicker and reducing the possibility of human error, it also enables post-pandemic food pickup to be done securely. The goal of the restaurant trial, according to Max Carmona, a senior director of global design and restaurant development at McDonald's, is about finding new ways to serve them faster and easier than before. When you step inside the test restaurant concept, you'll notice it's considered.
No, I can't stand this dude's voice. I can't stand how he's like caping for this industry. Caping so hard. But yeah, this one is 100%, AI. This is the goal. This is what they're shooting for. So just get prepared that this is how McDonald's is going to be, and this is how a lot of these fast food places, this is their goal. And what that is going to lead to is, all right, yeah, we can stop that. But this is going to lead to not food shortages, but this is going to lead to mass poverty.
Well,
they say UBI, trust me, this is going to lead to mass poverty.
Well, it's going to lead to many people depend on the government to help subsidize their lives. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it's going to lead to. And then the government, people in the government could pretend as if they're the good guy and say, "Hey, we made this program, we're helping you out, etc., etc." But that's really what it's going to be. It's a corporation, and all the way though. You can't really blame the corporation because their duty is to make money. McDonald's job is not to make good burgers and fries. It's to make money. So business-wise, they're doing what they're supposed to do under the system that we live in. So it is difficult to criticize them for it under the system that we live in, based on are we in business to earn money or to lose money, right? On a particular level, everybody doing this is cool. There's a human level that obviously is not being taken into consideration. That just tells you that the ruling class really doesn't care about you, or they really don't care about any of us, I should say, outside the ones that they fuck with. Because again, instead of a dude like Bill Gates doing something like, okay, I bought all this farmland, I'm going to bring in farmers to work the land and make sure everything is copacetic, and we're going to grow the best of the best. I'm ready to compete with all the farmers. Just something on that level. Like, he's telling you, beyond meat, and we're going to vaccinate chickens and cows for better yields. But why do you need a vaccination to do that, right? I mean, that's something totally different. But it just shows us the direction which these people are going, right? These are evil fucking people who run this shit. And you would be best to take care of your own as best you can and spread that outwards. But that's the most important thing that we should be focused on. Because as John, real quick, sorry, Marcus, as John just said, there's such a small number of us that's not falling for it, right? The problem is that, and we saw it with the prior COVID shit. For those of us who look at the official narrative and either say bullshit or let me wait because I'm not sure, I need more information, the masses who did believe it, they would have gotten rid of us like this if they could. If they weren't scared of the penalties, they would have gotten rid of us real quick. They would have burned our house down, ridiculed our kids at school, would have caught us at work going into the building, shitting all over us. So we really do gotta take care of self.
Yeah, I was gonna share this comment from Uma. It says if they use bots, it will be the side of the 18 crown to scam or spam to make money, including harassment to create annoyance. Most of these people will do it to make money into their own pocket because they're hired, nothing too serious. And then she says also, but if they are intimidating, it will be a harassment from the politician side, but just threatening those who use violence to harm the target. Won't let the target know they're threatening, but will tell you who you are instead. And that's what when you talked about that, you know, it's only a handful of us that's not falling for this. This goes into what I talked about with Lucky earlier. There's always going to be that small remnant of us who are going to push back against society. I always reference Demolition Man. You think about Edgar Friendly and his group of people who lived underground. Now, in that movie, they made it a bigger amount of people, but you can think of movies like Repo Men, where they're having the different body parts, and there's people who look off to the side.
Appreciate it.
The Matrix of this gangster. Appreciate it. And, you know, if you're new to the show, haven't seen you in here, appreciate you taking the time to check us out. Yeah, you just got a lot of this stuff that's coming. They put it in the predictive programming in these movies that they already know it's going to be a small resistance. And they look for that small resistance, and what they'll do with them is they'll get most of the other ones by fear, by scaring them in. And what they'll do to the next group is they'll put pressure on them or entice them. Hey, like they did with the jab. If you come and take it, hey, we'll give you some money. Hey, we'll give you a couple of joints. Hey, whatever that they decide to offer you. And that's what that's what they were doing. They will bring out entertainers. Remember, vax that thing up. They will do all these different things to try to pull you in. And then after they get to that point, when they've already done all the scaring you or tempting you, and that doesn't work, okay, now you lose your job. Now your insurance goes up. Now you lose your health care. So this is what the approach is going to. This is what they're going to do. And so once they get done with that last little bit, it won't be hard to just force the last little bit or lock them up, round them up, do whatever. So just be prepared for that reality. The WEF agenda is completely satanic. I agree, but it's easier to say it and us know it, but like I talked about before, if only a handful of us are even in so-called indie media, and only a handful within indie media recognize what's going on, then we're going to be that remnant which is left to fight against them. So on that note, that is the show. That's all the topics that we have for tonight. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Special thanks for everybody who came and checked out the show tonight. Could have been anywhere else, but you decided to spend it with us, and we definitely appreciate that. I see Indy Left is in the building. Much love to Indy Left. Oh, Copeland Morris, let me share this comment. He says, the soulless announcement of capitalism, poverty, and depopulation on the come. Maybe a world without people in the end. Well, it's just they just want to limit it down to the amount of people that they actually need. And then outside of that, they don't really care about the rest.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah, so I mean, they got to get it down to a level which is easier to control any damn way. Too many people that can push back.
Look, you know what? The solution: have babies. Don't be afraid. Have kids. I mean, that sounds irresponsible because everything is expensive as fuck. But that's look, the ultimate fuck you to these people is to continue living as you're supposed to. They don't want you to do that. They want you on Plan B and getting abortions and, you know what I'm saying, ending your bloodline. I'm just saying, Have a kid or two. They kind of fun sometimes. You want to kill them yourself. Trust me. I can attest to that. Sometimes you do want to kill these little motherfuckers. But, you know, sometimes they bring you enough joy so that you don't want to hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, the ultimate goal, which I would, this is what I would advise. What we should do, what everybody should do is opt out of the system. Whichever way you need to push back against the system, that's the way you do it. And people who are pushing for, oh well, you know, if we could just get this candidate in office and do the no. The biggest thing that they want more than anything is to have you engaged in the system. You know why? Because it lends validity to the system.
Mm-hmm.
If people are voting, then it looks like they know they have hope and they can do something with it. If you guys pull out of the system, pull out of all the things which they want to do, whatever they want you to do the opposite. If you do that, that's how you show the illegitimacy of their plan. So that said, that is all I have. You know, I'm not sure if Lucky is live or whoever is live. Anybody who's live, go and check out their streams. Go show them some love. Just like you guys have showed us love, and we appreciate it. We appreciate everybody who's come to stop through. Definitely. I'm working out a interview with. Oh crap! Let me just plug this interview real quick, Chris. We're almost out of here. What is? I gotta remember exactly how she says her term. Mini Ninja, I think that's what she goes by on Twitter. Where's it? Where's it at? Hold on. I'm almost there. Excuse me. I'm almost there. Where'd she go? I guess I've had this many messages today that I can't find anything. But yeah, I think Mini Ninja. Man, why am I blanking on her name?
If you guys hit the like button on Rockfin and YouTube, we'll be upset with you. You know, we typically don't ask, but you know, at the same time, it'd be nice.
Mini Ninja Love, that's her name. Mini Ninja Love. So that's who it is. And yes, I look forward to that collabo that we're gonna do, Lucky. Yeah, CEB Applejack 59. Sub guys, thank you for your insight. We appreciate giving it to you. And also check out our Rockfin channel at the Political Matrix. On there, you'll be able to see, and most of the time, the stuff that we have is not. Most of the time, it is completely uncensored. It's not behind a paywall. Very rarely do we put stuff under the paywall because we have to do a certain amount on Rockfin. But check that out because we go deeper on there and we don't hold back and censor any of what we're saying as we have to do on YouTube. But definitely check us out over there. Oh yeah, Chris, do you know what our subscriber number is over there at this point? We're doing well.
No, don't tell me. I'm gonna go and look.
Yeah, go check on. For those who only come on to the YouTube side, let them know where we're at because we've been doing pretty good.
Yeah,
y'all been giving us some love over there, huh?
Did we cross 3? Did we cross 3 yet?
Not yet. But we are. We are at. Here, I'll give you the total right now. We're at 2,645.
And this is
in 7 months we've jumped up to over 2,600 subscribers over there. So we're doing good.
And keep in mind, it's from 2 people who work 40+ hours a week.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Just imagine what we could do if we had more time to film.
You know what I'm saying? I work Monday through Friday, like early till evening. You know what I'm saying? What your percent?
Chris? Yes, Chris can curse as much as he wants on Rockfin. I can share as many clips as I want on Rockfin without worrying about getting copyright strikes. I can play music over there if I want to. I can show you guys clips from movies and not have to worry about getting copyright strike, because mostly I get all the copyright strikes. I get a lot of them. Between my 3 channels that I have, I've gotten about 40 or 50 copyright strikes. So yeah, and then one of these times what we're gonna do over there is I want to have like Chris play a song, I play a song, so you guys can get a view of how we get down when we're not on here, what we like to listen to. I was giving Chris one of my jams that I listened to, one of my artists. He goes by the name, I'll spell it out for y'all in the chat. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want the censor to think that I'm saying something else, which Nico got in trouble for saying. Well, he didn't get in trouble. They yanked our video down when he said this. That's the name of the artist's name, so think of what that sounds like. Sounds like I'm a, but especially those for like reggaeton, check him out. He's great artist. But that said, we're gonna get on up out of here. I'm gonna get a nice warm tea in to go deal with my chest. Oh, let me read this comment before we get out here. Applejack says, as a calm down gangbanger, learning how to be a better human to my community, I salute you guys. Black men need smarter avenues and role models to understand there's a better way. Beautiful message. Beautiful. Let me put this on the screen so anybody who's reading on Rockfin can see this also. Such a powerful, beautiful message. Oh wow, LOL, my first name is Marcus. I'm half Dominican. Oh, hey. He found the right home. He found the right home. Yeah. Atras, damn you, Atras. You see what he says, Marcus, about the tea bag. Oh gosh. No.
Marcus.
Yeah.
You hear that?
What's that? Oh, you brought him here? Thank you. Thank you. I mean, hey, this is home. Come on home. We got you over here. What was that? What you got? What copyright strike you about to get us now? No, I can't hear it. Lucky Promise is a great fan. Yeah, me and Lucky are going to be doing some collabos, so definitely look for that. Oh no, Lucky, are you live right now? Are you live or did you go live earlier? If not, I might be able to swing by there for a minute. Just let me know or send me the link and I can hop in there.
European Norton.
Okay, well, just let me know when you're live again. I can randomly just hop in, whether I'm on camera or not. Nice to hear, CB. I would say the same thing to my fellow natives. Hey, but Thomas, I open my arms the same way to natives too. I mean, you know how they like to do the categorizing on the DNA stuff. They like, I don't know why they call put natives in the DNA stuff as East Asian, but I mean, I'm a big chunk of my DNA falls into that also. So I think we can stream tomorrow again, Applejack. Okay, cool. I will be on at around 12. I should be on at around 12. No, wait a minute. Let me flip the times. No, I'll be on at 6 Eastern. So I'll be on at 3 Pacific. So if you're going on before that, let me know. Or if you want to go on later than that, and I'll be having Mini Ninja Love on. I keep forgetting. I believe her name is. That's right, Angel. That's who it is. And so we're going to be talking a little bit of Julian Assange. So that's probably a dirty word on here now, also. So Yeah, my boy has been up late. I mean, early, and it's late for him. So we're gonna go on ahead and close out. Chris
Yeah,
has been a trooper.
I got up at 6. You know, it's like going on. 12:30. You know, my my family tell me eventually one day I'm gonna have to slow down, but I think it's maybe I'm in like not 6th gear, but like 5 3/4 gear now.
Yeah. Applejack, are you on Twitter also? If you're on Twitter, make sure to come over and follow me. My DMs are wide open. Anybody could, send me a message, talk to me. I'm very accessible. Good, yeah. Make sure to come follow me, and we could chop it up. I'm extremely accessible, down to earth.
Stop lying.
Yeah, that's right. I'm really bougie as hell. I don't deal with nobody. I walk around in mink coats when I'm off of here.
Yeah, exactly.
y'all didn't know that? I really be playing. I got a Bugatti sitting outside.
You really a grifter with a YouTube channel that ain't monetized. You grifting.
Yes, I'm grifting with no monetization. and I don't even know how to rock. I don't even know how to. Yes, at Real Marcus J Cage. Yeah, and I don't even know how to work the rock fin to get the money out of there. So yeah, I'm balling on money that I can't even get. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. I've been trying to figure out for I don't know how long.
We just rich out here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm rich in spirit. I'm a billionaire in spirit. Y'all can't mess with me.
Oh yeah, you already know prices.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, right, I gotta let my boy get some sleep. So,
thank you everybody for coming out. You already know we appreciate it. We just like to do what we like to do here. We like to engage with you guys. That's what makes what we fun as hell, because it would be like if we saw each other on the train one day, or the barbershop, or the deli, or the supermarket. You know what I'm saying? We just want to stimulate thought, and on a higher level. Not damn, I got the hiccups from something, I don't know. But anyway, we just want to stimulate thought. Take care of you and your own as usual. Protect everybody you love. Make sure they good. Don't hold grudges. All that good shit. Damn, I have the hiccups.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one.
All right, guys.
Be safe out there. Much love to everyone.